Hi, in this video I will walk you through my project on web server log analysis using Calgary HTTP dataset. The goal is to extract insights from real-world web servers log using Python. I will explain each step from loading and extracting the data and final the analysis of the data. In this step 1, I have used various type of libraries uh, for the data. Firstly, I import essential Python libraries, that is gzip, for reading compressed .gz files, re for using regular expression to parse the log, datetime to handle datetime and counter to handle it effectively in the form of ddmmyy. Datetime handles and converts it into timestamps. Further, this is the URL of the dataset. This is the file name. Using this URL, I have extracted the data from the source. In step 2, I read the log files. The log file is compressed, so I use gzip to open and read it line by line. Each line represents one HTTP request made to server and is stored in the list called log entries. Next step is defining log parsing logic. To extract meaningful data from each log line, I use regular expressions that captures host, timestamp, HTTP request, status code. The next step is parsing the log data. I loop over all log lines and parse them using my function. Only valid logs are added to the list. I excluded the unwanted logs from the list. Step 5 is I convert this into data frame for better visualization and to get the data in proper format. The timestamp in this data is in string and it is converted into Python date time object. Status is also converted to an integer, and I have also handled the missing values. I had also handled the missing values from the dataset. I excluded the unwanted data which was not affecting to a final result, and this is the dataset which I had got after all the filterization. The total number of records in this dataset is 4,33,650. There are total 13 columns in this data. Based on this data, after all the extractions from the HTTP part request, I extract the data file name such as HTML, the file extensions like HTMLs, JPG, and etc. Using custom functions, I extracted them, and after all the execution, there are some questions which I have solved using this dataset for further analysis. The first question is total number of log entries in the dataset. So that I count the number of parsed log entries using len function. This gives me the total number of HTTP requests. So the total number of HTTP requests are this. The second question is count of unique host. There are two hosts in this dataset, local and global. So these are the unique hosts. So the number of unique hosts are two here. Third question is unique file names per day. So this is the solution for it. For every log entry, I group the data by date, which is in format of ddmmyy, and store unique file names. Finally, I got the count of how many unique files were requested each day. So these are the unique file name requested each day. My fourth question is count of 404 errors. So I I count how many log entries have the status code 404, which indicates not found, that is error. So these are the entry for this. The next question is top 15 file names with 404 responses. So in this, using counter, I count which file name caused 404 errors and then retrieve the top 15 most frequent ones. So these are the 15 most frequent ones files which was requested. Next question is top 15 file extensions with 404 responses. Similarly, the previous question, uh, but now I count the extensions of the file. That is, for example, the extensions of the file are HTML, GIF, XBM, PS, TXT, JPJ, and etc. So these are the top 15 extensions of 404 responses files. Next question is daily bandwidth in July 1995. I filter log from July 1995, group them by date, and sum the byte values to get the total bandwidth using each day. And I excluded the missing values which were affecting the entries. I excluded them, and by this I get the final result, the bandwidth used per day in July 1995. Next question is hourly request distribution. Uh, I count how many HTTP requests occurs during each hour of the day from 0 to 23 using the hour part of the time span. Next question is top 10 most requested files. So I count how many times each file was requested and display the top 10 most frequent one. So these are the 10 most frequent file which were requested. The last question is HTTP status code distribution. I count how many times each HTTP response code, status code occurred in dataset such as 200, 304, 302, 404, 403, and etc. So these are the some questions from the dataset which I had tried to find the solution. So thank you so much.